Season 1 of Overwatch 2. Oh boy. If I could sum up the entire Season 1, I would say, meh. Which is actually not bad considering all the other previous seasons. Triple tank meta, Bastion meta, Beyblade meta, damage boosted Hanzo into Grav Dragon, Ryan Diva May Brawl, Pulled Pork, Hog Zarya. Overwatch is known for having some pretty bad season metas, and this one's right up there with them. But in this video, I'm going to be talking about more than just metas. So make sure you strap in. Let's get this thing started. Now, first off, the changes to the heroes in the game, like the reworks, have actually been, for the most part, pretty healthy. Between reducing CC, taking away a lot of barriers, the game just feels better to play. A lot less frustrating, except for a couple things in particular, which I'll talk about later. Now, with that being said, these changes have brought some new challenges that are quite frustrating. For example, Orisa is an absolute panzer right now. I wouldn't really say she's overpowered. She's just like impossible to kill. Sometimes feels like you're throwing like pennies at a boulder. Like technically you're doing damage, but like, are you really? Also, Junkrat is actually like, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but Junkrat's just really good right now. I kind of noticed it a little bit at the beginning of the season. I was like, dang, these Junkrat players are getting a lot of value. And then as I like ranked up, I started to notice there were more and more and more Junkrat players. And I was just like, oh my God. I think it's now that there's just less damage mitigation in the game overall. Junkrat spam damage just gets a lot of value. And honestly, it is very frustrating. But you know, hey, if you want to get some free SR, maybe play some Junkrat. Next up, 5v5. I actually think 5v5 is pretty good. The gameplay is much cleaner now. It's a little bit easier to see what's going on. Bro, sometimes I wonder, like, I just try to remember what Overwatch 1 was like, and I just see, like, Overwatch 2 with the 5v5, and I'm like, dude, this is crazy. Now, don't get me wrong, it's still kind of hectic. But when I think about, like, the fact that this game right now is just, like, all this, like, madness going on, and I'm like, dude, if you... there used to be 2 more players in this game. It blows my mind. 5v5 is great for the cleanliness of the game. With that being said, there's just so much less nuance to the game now. Playing tank feels lonely. You don't really get synergy between tanks anymore, which in my opinion was probably the most synergistic role. Now you're just out there by yourself, just, you know, sponging damage. I also want to say there still needs to be like some balancing between the roles. There's definitely certain roles in the game that have more sway. They tend to influence games more. Now, I'm not going to say which roles those are, but I think you know which roles we're talking about. Next up is the new rank system, which in theory, honestly, I kind of like better. It focuses much less on how much SR you gain and you lose, and more about just focusing on the game you're playing. It also reduces people abusing the SR gain system. It's a little bit harder to see how much you're going up and down, so it's a lot harder for people to abuse certain heroes to climb up faster. But with that being said, it made everything so much worse. I don't know how they did it, but somehow games are even more imbalanced. You got plats and grandmaster lobbies. You got grandmasters and plat lobbies. You got master players from Overwatch 1 that are getting placed in bronze. Like when I tell you season 1 was just a mess, it was, dude, it was such a mess. And on top of that, there's no ranked icons in games, so you can't see what other people's ranks are. And even if you go to their profile, dude, 90% of people have private profiles, which, by the way, if you have a private profile, make that thing public, dude. Come on, be proud of what you play. Bro, I'm a May 1 trick and I have a public profile. You think people don't already hate me enough? But without being able to see ranks in game, it's very frustrating for everybody playing, but especially for people watching Overwatch. People that watch Overwatch on like Twitch or on YouTube, hey, that's me. They physically have to go into chat and be like, hey streamer, what rank are you? Just to find out what elo the lobby's in. It's just another thing that makes the game a little bit more frustrating. Next up is the Battle Pass. I wouldn't say it had a terrible rollout. Everything worked. They released like a decent amount of content through the Battle Pass. Felt rewarding. Kind of. They're trying out some new rewards, new cosmetics, and I'm all for that. I love it. But the greediness, dude, the greediness of Blizzard, oh, it killed it. They released the majority of their content outside of the Battle Pass, especially the good content. And everything that wasn't offered in the Battle Pass literally broke my bank account. I had to spend like close to $20 on every skin that they released. And before you go off saying, well, you don't have to buy it. I know that, but I've played Overwatch for 6 years, dude, and I have 99.9% of the cosmetics in this game. And most of them, you know, I've had to buy some skins here and there, but most of it I got from just playing the game. And yeah, I played the game like an absurd amount. That's why I was able to get those skins. Like, that was my reward. I play your game a lot, you give me skins. But now they're asking me to pay like $300 to $500 every season just so I can make sure that I have all the skins that they release. I feel like they're absolutely squeezing the community with their prices. And honestly, it's making people bitter. I hear it from other people everywhere. And I get it, they're a company, it's fine. You can release stuff that people have to pay for. But you need to make sure the majority of your content is in that battle pass. You can throw in some skins here and there that are extra, you know, especially some premium ones that are really nice that you're going to charge for. But you can't release the majority of your content on an individual basis and then also have a battle pass. It literally makes the battle pass feel useless, other than to grind to level 80 to get the new mythic Genji skin. I don't know, they need to strike a balance between price, content, and how they release it in the battle pass if they really want a long-term revenue model. Because honestly, I'm just considering just not buying skins anymore. If this is the way they're gonna do it, I'm sorry, I can't afford it. Now, I saved the best cherry on top for last, the big old elephant in the room. I want to talk about Sojourn. I have never seen a hero in Overwatch be released that single-handedly ruined a season more than Sojourn. And let me tell you, I was here for Brigitte, and when she was released, dude, I was a tank player. Yeah, it sucked, but not as much as Sojourn. It's a hero that literally does not have a counterplay. It's a hero that just shits on every single other playstyle in Overwatch. Oh wait, there's a counterplay. You can play Sojourn. I'm sorry, Overwatch. It is not a healthy game when literally there is a hero dominating the game and the only way to match it is to play the same hero. That is not the game Overwatch is. If you want that, go play Call of Duty, go play Valorant. That's fine. Overwatch is about multiple different play styles in one game. And I'm sorry, a hero that gets a one-tap ability literally every 5 seconds, has super good movement abilities, has spam potential. Her ultimate is literally, hey, instead of getting a one tap every 5 seconds, how about every 1 second? And she can shoot it from anywhere in the map. Even Widowmaker, who is a one tap, very long distance hero, has a counterplay. She has to slow down to scope in. Her grapple ability is good for movement, but once she uses it, dude, she is super easy to dive. And honestly, if you don't feel like engaging on the Widow, just don't play her sidelines. But the problem with Sojourn is you can't just avoid her sidelines, because she'll get charged, hold on to it for what, 5 seconds? More, I think, actually. And she can just slide and find a new angle. Boom. You know it's bad when like high tier players are complaining about heroes like this. But it's not just high tier players, it's everybody. Everybody hates Sojourn. Except for Sojourn players, I think. And I can't believe this went on for this long. Like, they literally let this Sojourn thing go on for an entire season. It single-handedly ruined this entire season for me. It was starting out like really fun. I was actually like super enjoying competitive. Anyways, I'm really interested to see if they take any of these considerations going into season 2. This is another really big test for Overwatch and how they respond to criticism. Considering Overwatch 1, they did terrible. So I'm hoping that they make some healthier changes going into season 2 and listen to the feedback of the community. Anyways, that's it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did like the video, make sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you on the next video. Make sure to keep it spooky. Peace. But for real, stop charging super high prices. The community is getting super pissed. And I don't want to see another mass exodus of Overwatch players. Please, thank you. God.